Hello, boys and girls, and welcome back to another Read Aloud. Today I'm decked out in my blue for Autism Awareness Day, and just really enjoying the sunshine, right? It's been a really nice day out today. Hoping to go out for another walk and get some fresh air. But speaking of autism awareness, I picked a book today that I think is really important to just think about. Because it talks a little bit about how we should act towards one another. People are different, all shapes and sizes and colors, and so it's really important that even if someone's not like you, that you treat them with respect and kindness, and never bully or are unkind to others. So this book I thought would be perfect for today, on that note. And so the book I chose is One by Kathryn Otoshi. And I love this book, one, because the pictures are not like your typical pictures from like our regular read-alouds. So the great thing about this story is that they tell a really cool story with just really simple pictures. And sometimes that's the best way to do it. So I hope you guys enjoy it. This is called One, and let's get started. Blue was a quiet color. He enjoyed looking up at the sky, floating on the waves, and on days he felt daring, splashing in rain puddles. Every once in a while, he wished he could be more sunny like yellow, or bright like green, more regal like purple. Regal means like royal, like fancy. Or outgoing like orange. But overall, he liked being blue. Except when he was with red. And I think sometimes, because we're surrounded by people all the time, sometimes we're like, oh, I love her hair. I wish I had clothes that look like theirs. So we're always comparing ourselves to other people. But I like that he said, I like those things about them, but I also really like just being myself. Unfortunately, he doesn't like to be himself with the color red. Wonder what that's about. Red was a hothead. That means he gets angry really easily. He liked to pick on blue. Red is a great color, he'd say. Red is hot, blue is not. Then blue would feel bad about being blue. And look, he kind of just turned into a puddle. He was so upset. Red's kind of acting like a bully. Not being very kind. Definitely not following our Kaylee values at all. Sometimes yellow comforted blue, which means tried to make him feel better. Blue was a very nice color, she'd say. But yellow never said that in front of red. She never said, stop picking on blue. Green, purple, and orange thought blue was nice too. But they never told red to stop either. So poor blue, although they're his friends, they're not standing up for him. They're not helping him while he's getting picked on. I'm sure he feels very lonely. Every time Red said something mean and no one spoke up, he got bigger and bigger and bigger. So every time that he's being a bully, he's just getting bigger and bigger and more powerful. Because nobody's standing up to him. That's no good. Soon Red grew so big that everyone was afraid of him. No one dared stop him. Red picked on all the colors. So now he's not just picking on blue, he's picking on every color. It's just not right. Then everyone felt a little blue. And if someone says you look blue today, it usually means you're feeling kind of sad. So look how deflated they are. They just kind of melted. They're so upset. And red's this huge, big, powerful ball. So even though these are simple pictures, you can really tell how the colors are feeling, right? He's definitely feeling in charge, and they're definitely feeling little and small and not taken care of. Until one came. He had a different shape with bold strokes and squared corners. He was funny. He made the colors laugh. Red saw this and got very hot. When somebody gets very hot, it doesn't always mean that they're just like temperature is hot, but it also can mean that they're really upset or angry. Stop laughing, he told yellow. Stop laughing, he told green. Stop laughing, he told purple and orange. And they did. They're not even standing up for themselves. They wouldn't stand up for blue, and now they won't stand up for themselves. Red rolled up to one. Stop laughing, he told him. But one stood up straight like an arrow and said, no. It's crazy. Red was mad, but one wouldn't budge. So Red rolled away. So one decided to stand up to Red the bully, and he stopped messing with him. It's a good idea. One turned to the other colors and said, if someone is mean and picks on me, I, for one, stand up and say, no. Then Yellow felt brave and said, me too. Green agreed and said, me 3. Then Purple became 4, and Orange became 5. So they all decided that they were going to start being brave too and stick up for themselves and hopefully each other. And I like that all those wonderful colors are starting to turn into wonderful numbers. Very cool. Blue saw the colors change. He wanted to count. So he wants to be a part of that group that stands up for themselves and isn't going to take anything from Mr. Red over here. Red grew red hot. This time means he's super mad. He felt left out. He grew hotter and hotter and hotter, so he's starting to get more and more angry, and I'm afraid he's going to take it out on our friend Blue. Red raced over to Blue and said what he always did. Red is hot and Blue is not. But this time, Blue stood up for himself, stood up tall and became 6. Red can be really hot, he said, but Blue can be super cool. So he's not going to take it from Red anymore either. He's standing up to Red. It's going to count. Red blew a fuse. That means he blew up. He got so mad he had a temper tantrum and tried to roll over Blue. Oh no, I hope he doesn't. But everyone took a stand and said no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All of them decided enough was enough. Seeing them standing tall made Red feel very, very small. So it stopped giving Red power. When people stand up to bullies, they stop acting the way that they do because no one's having a reaction. No one's feeling sad by the things that they're doing. Then Red turned even redder and began rolling away. And sometimes, you guys know, when your cheeks get red, you start to feel kind of embarrassed, right? I think after all those numbers stood up to him and said no, he definitely wasn't feeling angry anymore, but maybe a little embarrassed that he was acting that way, right? Making all those other colors feel that way. Blue called out, Can red be hot and blue be cool? Red stops in his tracks. Red can count too, said one. So even though red had been a bully to all the other colors / numbers, they still are trying to include him. Sometimes people who are acting mean or not really being themselves, sometimes they're the friends that need a hug or that need to be included in something. So maybe that'll help him. Maybe he'll stop being a bully if he's included. Red rocked and rolled and turned into 7. Everyone counts, they shouted. Then Red laughed and joined the fun. And I don't think they mean counts by like counting numbers, although they are numbers. But they mean counts as they're included, right? They're being taken into account. They're there. And now they're all friends. Sometimes it just takes one. So all because one decided to stand up for himself and others, everybody else was affected by it. And that's one of the reasons I absolutely love this story, especially on Autism Awareness Day, because it is a book that shows everyone should be treated equally and fairly, and we should care and show respect to everyone, regardless of what color they are, what number they might be, what shape, size, or anything, right? Just because someone might be a little different than you, whether you be hot or cool, or red or blue, you still matter, and so do the people around you. So you should take that into account and make sure that you're always treating everyone with respect. And if you ever see somebody that is different than you being treated not right, maybe a little meanly, I think maybe the best thing for you to do is to step in and stand up for them. And when we stand up, we don't use our hands or body, but we use our words, right? And if, especially with our age, right, our kindergartners, it's really important that if you use your words and you try to talk it out with your friends and they're not listening, or you're having trouble coming to a decision or understanding, the best thing to do is involve a teacher or a parent, some sort of adult. So I love this story, especially on days like today, because 1, blue, and 2, I think it's really important that we always consider keeping everyone included, always, all the time, as much as we can, and showing everybody the respect they always deserve. So for my challenge today, for your book challenge, the book challenge I have for you is I want you to think back on a time, maybe it was on the playground, maybe it was at home with your siblings, maybe it was at the park, wherever it may have been. Think about a time that you had to stand up for a friend. When did you have to maybe step in and say, enough is enough, I need to tell a teacher, or I need to talk it out? Or maybe there was a time that you felt somebody should have stood up for you, or you should have stood up for yourself. I want to hear about it. I want to hear about your feelings towards this, and I want to know, was there a time that you stood up for someone else, or a time you stood up for yourself, and how you felt about it? Did it make you feel good? Did it maybe make you feel a little sad or embarrassed? Let me know. I'm a little interested. So I hope you guys enjoyed this story today. It's one of my favorite books, and I was so happy to share it with you today on World Autism Day. So you guys enjoy the rest of your evening, and I will see you on here again for our final read aloud of this week. And we'll get back to it after, maybe I'll still post over spring break. I'll probably still post over spring break. So, one more day this week, and then we'll hop into next week, starting on Monday. Okay? Have a great night, guys, and let's keep reading together.